Hey friends, my name is Lindsay Bowden, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make pixel art. If you don't know what pixel art is, it's this amazing digital activity for your students where they answer questions, and as they answer correctly, part of a pixel art picture will show, and they are going to love this. Now, I'm going to do something in this video that I have never done before. This is actually going to be a video straight from my course, Math Resource Academy. Math Resource Academy is a professional development course for math teachers where I teach you exactly how to make printable and digital resources from start to finish for your classroom or even to sell online as a business. So, you're going to see at the beginning, I talk about this is week 7, lesson whatever. That's because this is straight from my course. If you want more info about Math Resource Academy, you can go to mathresourceacademy.com. Like I said, it's a professional development course, so your school can pay for this for you. Also, if you would like a free printable step-by-step guide, if you are a visual person and you need it printed out like me, I'm that kind of person, you can go to lindsaybowden.com/guide and get that for free. That's lindsaybowden.com/guide, and these links will be in the description of this video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into how to make pixel art. Hey friends, and welcome to week 7, lesson 4. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about Google Sheets and all the amazing things that you can do with Google Sheets. So we're going to start with the basics of conditional formatting, and then I'm also going to teach you how to do the mystery pictures with pixel art, which if you haven't seen that, they're all over Teachers Pay Teachers. Everyone's making them right now, and it's where basically the students enter answers. I'll show you with this one. So they have questions and then they enter answers, so that would be 10. And it reveals part of the picture. You can also do drop down where it's like multiple choice. And then when they are done, it reveals the whole picture. So these are really cool. So let's go back and start with the basics. So I'm going to open up a blank Google Sheets spreadsheet here. And I've already typed in a couple of things. So let me make this bigger so you can see. So Google Sheets is just like Excel if you're familiar. It's just a spreadsheet software. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can actually do graphs in Google Sheets, but I like Excel much better because a lot more functionality. But these are great for digital activities, which are super important. So all I've done so far is I've typed question and answer, and then I've just typed a two-step equation. And of course, the answer to that would be 9. So what you can do with Google Sheets is something called conditional formatting. You can also do this in Excel, where if students type something, then something happens. You can change the color of the cell. You can do other things as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click in this cell, and I'm going to go to conditional formatting. And I've actually already formatted, but I'm going to erase these rules, and I'm going to do it from scratch. So the first rule I want to add is if this cell is empty, which it is, I want to keep the cell white. So if it's empty, if nothing has been typed, I want to keep it white. So do that rule first. Then I want to add the correct answer. So if the cell is equal to, and this would be 9, then I want the cell to turn green. And then I want to also add a rule, if it is not equal to 9, then turn it red. So you can make like a quick worksheet for students in Google Sheets where they're just answering questions. So if they haven't answered anything yet, this cell stays white. If they answer 9, then they got it right, that's green. If they answer 12, then it turns red, so they know they got it wrong. So that's just the basics of conditional formatting. And this is a totally fun, easy activity. Trust me, students will love this because it's automatically going to tell them if they got it right or wrong. So great option for Google Sheets. But a lot of teachers are now taking it further, and they are making pixel art pictures using conditional formatting. So I've done a couple things for you. I have given you a template, and the link is right underneath this video. This is the template that you have. And it is a forced copy link, so please don't change the link to edit. open the first copy link, and then you can edit your own copy. If you edit the original, it's going to mess it up for everyone. So this is what it looks like when you open it. But I'm going to show you how I actually got to this template in case you want your template to look a little bit different. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to erase all this. I'm going to erase all of these formatting rules that I had. So this is just a blank Google Sheets spreadsheet. So this is what you're going to start with when you open. So the first thing you want to do if you're going to make pixel art is you want to size all the cells to a small square to make the pixel art. So what you're going to do is you're going to highlight this corner cell here, and you're going to drag the A column over to make the little squares. And you can make them as big or as small as you want, but I will say the picture is going to look better if you have a smaller pixel. All right, so that looks good to me. Now, of course, we need more cells. So what you're going to do is you're going to highlight all of these. I'm just clicking and dragging. And you're going to copy and then click out here in the gray area and paste. Why did that not work? There we go. Just a little bit slow. And then I'm going to do it again, paste. So now you have a whole nice spreadsheet of pixels. All right, so make sure you do that first. Next, you're going to take some cells up here and merge them together. Let's see, I'm going to do 3 rows. And I'm going to merge. This is the merge button right here. Merge all. And this is where I'm going to type my directions. So on your template, this is where I have directions. I actually have, looks like a bigger area. So let me get a little bit bigger here. So merge all. And then you can type the directions that the students will read. Now, you don't have to put the directions on here. You can also put the directions in like Google Classroom or wherever you assign this. I just like to have it right here because we all know students need as many places to have directions as possible because they may not read in Google Classroom or in your email that you send. So you can type the directions. For example, type the correct answer to each equation in the answer column, which we're going to make the answer column in a second. Let's see. Answer column. If you answered correctly, part of the mystery picture will appear. If you answer incorrectly, nothing will appear. And we're going to set all that up. So directions first, and of course you're going to want to format this. You're going to want it to be in the middle, probably a little bit darker and bigger so that they can see. And then you're going to want to wrap the text right here. And if you want to make it centered, format it however you want so that it's clear and students can see it. Okay, so we have our directions. Next, we're going to put our question and answer column. So I'm just going to move over A and B. Maybe a little bit bigger. And I want to change these as well to be bigger, but if I move this, it's going to change that whole row, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a couple of cells, and I'm going to merge them vertically. Merge vertically. So I highlight 2 cells, merge vertically. And that way, those are bigger, but it's not messing up where I'm going to put my pixel art. So I'm going to do that for a few of these. This just makes it so that the question and answers are not really, really small. Students can see them. So question, answer, I want those to be in the middle. I want them to be bold and bigger. Just format them how you want. And I already have them formatted over here for you if you just want to use this. But again, I want to show you how to make the template so that you can do whatever you want with your own template. Okay, so I'm going to have 10 questions on this one. So I'm going to merge 10 of these. So this is 1, 2, go all the way down. 3. So you would do that all the way down for however many questions that you want. And you can have 5, 10, doesn't matter, it's up to you. To save us time, let's just do 5 so you don't have to watch me do all these. Actually, we have 6. Okay. Skipped one. Let's do one more because it's going to bother me if it's 7. There we go. Okay. So we're going to have 8 questions on this one. I'm going to delete this. I just wanted to count. Now I want to put a border around this. So right here's the borders. And you can make it thicker right here. There's only a few options for thickness, so I just used the thickest one right here. And if you want to maybe change this to a different color so that students can clearly see this is the question, this is the answer. Okay, next you're going to want to draw your pixel art. So you want to draw your pixel art before you do your questions. Now what I have done over here is I have made a little square for you, so you can do that. It can be a rectangle, it can be whatever shape you want. So I'm not gonna count, but I'm just gonna do some cells here, and I'm just gonna do the outside border. So I know my pixel art needs to go in here. Now, let me tell you, drawing pixel art is not my forte. It took me forever to do this picture, and it's not even that great. There are many artists out there that you can commission to do pixel art for you. There are Facebook groups for virtual assistants that will make pixel art for you. On TPT, I'm sure there's people that you can ask to, make pixel art for you. If you are not going to sell this and you're just using it for your classroom, you can just Google pixel art and just kind of copy what they did. But be careful with copying. You know how I feel about copying, because you may change your mind and want to sell it in the future. And if you've copied someone else's pixel art, you're not going to be able to do that. So I didn't copy this. I made it myself, but it took me forever. So if you're an artist, go wild with the pixel art, but I'm just going to let you know, if you're not artistic like me, it was a little bit of a struggle. But anyway, so what you're going to do is, I like to do a background color, so I'm going to highlight everything. I'm just going to do pink again, and then you just kind of draw, you just kind of highlight here, and just draw some stuff. Now, I'm not going to try to do anything fancy. Let's see if I can do that heart again. It's going to be so embarrassing, y'all. Like, it took me forever just to figure out how to do a heart on here. So I'm just going to draw a couple different things just so that you can see how to do the formatting part. And I know it looks terrible. Let's draw a little square. And you don't have to make them black. Of course, you can make them whatever color you want. I will say that Google Sheets doesn't have a ton of colors. This is it. If you want to do your custom, you have to have like a hex code, which is a little bit annoying. But anyway. Okay, so we have some shapes on here. You can fill them in with a different color if you would like. You guys get the idea. So you're going to draw your beautiful picture, which is, I'm sure, going to look way better than anything I could do. If you do, please share it in the Facebook group so we can have some inspiration. All right, so you have your picture drawn. Next, you want to insert your questions. So I like Equatio because it makes math text easier to read. So I'm going to open up the Equatio add-on. This is currently still free for teachers, which is great. So I'm going to open this up. So I'm just going to start typing some equations. The reason I like Equatio, okay, let's say I just have something like this. Equals 11. Insert math. But let's say I want like a fraction. So I want like x over 3 minus 1 equals 4. It does make the fraction look nice and neat, whereas if you just typed it in, x over 3 minus 1 equals 4, it's just a little bit harder to read. So I like that math text. And it doesn't have to just be equations. You can be, you can use geometry, you can use whatever. I will say for geometry, of course, you're not going to be able to insert, you could, but it would be hard to insert each individual pictures into the cells. So what you could do in that case is you could just number the question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you could give them a sheet or send them a PDF sheet where they actually have to work out like finding a side of a right triangle, and then they just input the answer here. So you can do this for whatever. All right, let me do one more. Let's see. This is hard to think on the spot. 18. All right, so once you get that done, if you want to center these, you can. I like having everything in the center. It just looks nice and neat to me. Once you have all your questions entered, then you're going to start doing your conditional formatting. So usually with a mystery picture, you are going to have everything inside of here white when the students open this up. So when you are doing your conditional formatting, you're going to select cells in here in your pixel art to format to come on to change color when they enter an answer. So you can do this a few different ways. You can do it like randomly, like this. I see a lot of people doing that, so I'm just going to pick a bunch of random cells. I'm going to show you both ways. All right, so I'm just picking a bunch of random cells. I'm holding down the command key on my keyboard. I have a Mac. If you have a PC, it would be the control key. And I'm holding it down as I'm clicking. And I'm not going to let go, but I'm going to right click on one of those. Actually, do let go, sorry. Let go, right click, and then conditional formatting. Okay, so from here, what you want to do is custom formula is, and you're going to start out with the equals, $sign. So this is going to be for this answer right here. So this cell is B8. I know it's 8 and 9, but you can just put 8. So B8. So B $8 equals. Okay, I'll give a second if you want to write that down. This, of course, is going to be in your notes that you get, but this is a formula. So custom formula is equals $B $8. So $column $row, and the answer to that would be 6 equals 6. So if the students type in 6, you want all of these cells to change to pink. I know they're already pink, but we're going to change them back to white. So pink, done. Now, don't click away, because while you still have these highlighted, you're going to want to change them to white so you know that those cells are already done. All right, so if it's 6, they change back to pink. And it also actually changed this. You don't have to do that. I guess I had this one highlighted. You can unhighlight this. I would have to go back and redo all of that, but I kind of like when it changes to pink so they know, okay, I got that right. All right, so I erased it. Now it's back white. All right, so you can do it that way where it's random. You can also do where actual shapes appear. So I'm going to highlight this whole heart here. I know this is tedious. This is why I don't really make pixel art that much, but so many people love it. There's so many cool things you can do. Okay, so let go of the command key or the control key, right click, conditional formatting, custom formula is. So this is going to be for this next cell. So let's see, equals $B $10. And let's see, that would be 15. And we also, let's see, now the one thing I didn't do right here is I'm going to have to pick one color here, and I have 2 colors highlighted, so I'm just going to pick that green. So when you're choosing cells to conditional format, you can only choose cells that are all the same color. So all of those are going to be green. That's fine. Done. All right, and then I want them to go white. All right, so 15. There we go. Oops, see, I accidentally got that one. So you could go back and just delete that cell. All right, so let's do one more, and I'm going to show you one other thing with these. Let's see, let's do random again. You can also have like just pieces of the background, so I can do like all of these pieces. Conditional formatting. Custom formula is equals. So this would be for B12. Let's see, that would be 3. We want all those to change to pink. Let's change them to white and make sure that works. Yep. So you would do that all the way down until all of these cells are white, because you want the picture to start out white, and as students answer them, then the picture starts to show. I want to show you one other thing where you can do multiple choice. So in this case, you would want to type in the directions, select the correct answer from the drop-down menu. So let me show you how to do a drop-down menu. So let me just do, let's do it in, let's just do a quick one. All right, so insert. So of course that would be 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the drop-down menu first. So I'm going to right-click and go to Data Validation. And we're going to select List of Items. And we're going to put 4 different answers. Of course, you want to include the right answer. And whatever order you list them in, that's the order they'll be on the drop-down menu. So let's do, 4, 6, -6, -1. Save. So now there's a drop-down menu, and they have to select. And then you would do your formatting. So let's do this rectangle. I don't know what I just did there. Let's just do the whole thing. There we go. All right, conditional formatting. Custom formula is. So this is for B14, and we want it to equal 6. And let's just pretend that whole thing was black. And then we'll make it go white. So when they select 6, I had the wrong thing highlighted. Why did it just do that one? Let's try that again. I want this one. Digital formatting. I must have had the wrong thing highlighted. Equals B14 equals 6. Black. It's done. Okay, so let's say they do not click 6, it stays white. If they do click 6, it turns it black. And of course I had these highlighted too on accident, but it does take some time to get used to these, I will say. So definitely before you give it to your students, go through and answer all of them and make sure the right thing pops up and that the entire picture is completed when they answer all the questions. And then of course when you're done, you can just share it with your students. Pixel art assignment. And you can share it in Google Classroom with a link, email, like any other Google activity. All right, so I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next lesson.